Now let's look at some countermeasures so you can avoid having your database attacked. So there are a few things. And again, I want to emphasize that a lot of what we're talking about here, you really need to have saved as a page that you'll use to talk to your developer, right? So you can ask the developer, hey, developer with the SQL database, are you making assumptions about the size and type of the content that's being received in the application? And the developer can say, actually, no, we used to have some limits to that, but actually now what we do is we're completely size agnostic. Oh yeah, very good. Are you testing the size of your data input and enforcing appropriate limits so we can avoid buffer overruns? And the developer will say, oh, actually, yes. In fact, let me show you some of the size tests that we have and what we're doing to protect against buffer overruns. They know all this stuff, and all you have to do is know what to ask. Although I really encourage every student in the class to take a chance, learn about databases. In fact, there's a very nice YouTube class, a couple of them I've seen before, that take you through MySQL. If you have almost any device, Windows, Linux, Mac, you can install MySQL as a server, a database server, and then you can go through a bit of a actually it's a 3-hour class, most of these, to learn how databases work. It's actually really worth it to actually know how databases work, to know what a string variable is versus other types of variables that deal with a floating point and so on, right? In string variables, they need to be tested because you need to make sure that it's just a string that has somebody's name in it, not an SQL command that's attacking the database, right? It's really good to know what an escape sequence is and what binary data is. But if not, just ask your dev if they're rejecting inquiries that contain this. Never build transact SQL statements directly from user input. Rather, have them already pre-built and implement multiple layers of validation through your app and through that SQL server. And try to make sure that your database is invulnerable to SQL injection attacks by using SQL injection tools like DSSS, which is an injection vulnerability scanner that helps you look for vulnerabilities. Why not try that on your database before an attacker does? Why not use tools like Burp Suite to test your web applications and the underlying SQL vulnerabilities before the web attacker does? Why not use HCL App Scan to test your web application and the underlying database before the attacker does? Find the vulnerabilities in your database. Find the vulnerabilities in your web app. Find the vulnerabilities in your web server, and don't allow them to become a method for attack by outside threat actors. So in this module, what we've seen is that we have so many different types of attacks that can occur in web servers, web applications, and in SQL servers. And there's a lot that we can do in terms of countermeasures to defend against these types of attacks. And so lots of stuff to think about. What I do suggest right now is that you spend some time in iLabs and practice doing some of the stuff that I'm going to show you there. That'll get you more used to the terminology, the methodologies, the tools that are used for these types of interactions. In the next module, we're going to look at wireless attacks and wireless countermeasures. So join me there.